Hey everybody, Yogi here, doing well. I hope you're doing well. Today we are checking out a place that I have wanted to see for quite a while. Where is Yogi today? Roscoe, Illinois. Why am I in Roscoe, Illinois? Because we are checking out the Historic Auto Attractions Museum. This place is huge. It goes all the way down there. And let me tell you, I've been looking forward to this place for quite a while. It's just huge. It goes all the way back down that way. And I just wanted to check out a couple of things that are in the front here. So it says on the sign there, Historic Auto Attractions, Roscoe, Illinois, take a journey through time. Got this neat little fountain here. And then we have a little line here. They don't open until 10 o'clock. We're a little bit early, but we wanted to get here and get in here like right away. You got a line over there. And then you have these pretty cool murals. You've got one that says Hall of Presidents. You could see Calvin Coolidge's limousine. You could see Ulysses S. Grant's carriage. And here in front, we have a statue of an Army soldier. The American flag. You've also got Gangsterland. You've got gangster stuff. This place is huge. I think it said it had 80,000 square feet. Got Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, Buddy Holly. I think there's actually a piece of James Dean's car that he was killed in here. Got movie cars and superheroes. Yeah, this place is it's amazing looking, and I am so glad to be here. It's not far. I'm only about an hour and a half away from where I live. I mean, it's right across the Wisconsin border. It's right across the Illinois border, pardon me. Just like, it's South Beloit, basically. It's called Roscoe, but it's right next to South Beloit, right off the freeway. Very easy to get to. So, without further ado, through the magic of editing, we are going to enter and check out Historic Auto Attractions in Roscoe, Illinois. All right, we just paid for our tickets, $28 per person. They do have discounts for military folks, and they also have group rates if you want to bring, I think it's 10 or more people, it's cheaper. All right, so here's the door we enter. There's High Noon, a little High Noon. There's Gary Cooper's original grave marker from his first burial site at the Holy Cross Cemetery in Culver City, California. He passed away on May 13th, 1961, and was buried at Holy Cross, where his grave remained for 13 years. In May of 1974, Cooper's remains were exhumed and transferred to Sacred Heart Cemetery in Southampton, New York, at the request of his widow, Veronica. There's a John Wayne movie contract from War Party, 1947. There's the Duke right there. There's John Wayne's personal shoehorn engraved with the word Duke. And a John Wayne Warner Brothers Western cowboy hat. And his personal engraved decorative cigarette case. That's a 1979 John Wayne gold-plated distilled whiskey decanter with portrait of him on it. You got John Wayne, figure of John Wayne, and Clint Eastwood. And over here we have more stuff. Tom Mix, early country western star, movie star. There's this cowboy hat right there. There's a Fess Parker signed Daniel Boone TV show carved old Ticklicker blank firing flintlock rifle. Right up there. You got a Pierce Lydon cowboy hat. He appeared in over 300 films and 100 TV shows, mostly westerns. Cisco Kid's cowboy boots. Audie Murphy. Ostrich boots and a scarf. He was a decorated World War II hero and a movie star. To hell and back with Audie Murphy. That gun is from Hogan's Heroes. Dorothy Malone's dress from Law and Order. She actually was wearing this when she surprised Ronald Reagan and he tells her she is going to make a beautiful bride. Mary Blanchard's Destry dress. The green saloon dress she wore as Brandy in Destry Universal. Lone Ranger. There's some Clayton Moore signed photographs. Prop passenger train coach car and caboose. That prop was used by MGM when filming in the 1930s and 40s. It is made of handcrafted wood and has built-in lights. It was used in several movies. People who thought they were seeing a life-size train were actually watching that prop in the movies. Oh, Pat Garrett. There's a Pat Garrett insurance policy. He is known as the gentleman who killed Billy the Kid on July 13th, 1881. There's his wallet, and there's a telegram. Here's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid's autographs. Right there. Judge Roy Bean, Will Rogers. Doc Holliday. His original signature right there, Doc Holliday. You also have a letter to John Flood, 1921, signed by Wyatt and Josephine Earp, and he had his signature there. Bonanza. There's Lauren Green right there. There's Michael Landon. And I'm trying to remember the guy's name in the back. Dan Blocker. Haas. They ran for 14 seasons on NBC from September 12th, 1959 to January 16th, 1973. It is the second longest running Western in TV history.
Mining towns were often found in the mountains, and so, unlike their counterparts on the plains, they had access to wood used to build houses. However, this was not necessarily the advantage.
Here's a horse head made out of birchwood. Fearless mountain man John Coulter. There's his flintlock rifle. Right there. And we have Annie Oakley. There she is. And there's one of her guns, sharpshooter. And there's the certificate of authenticity for her gun. That Parker DH grade shotgun was shipped to Frank Butler, who performed at Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in 1901. He converted it for his wife, Annie Oakley. Oakley called the Parker Brothers shotgun her first real gun. Right there. Sheriff John H. Slaughter, Colt double barrel, model 1883 shotgun. Tennessee Night Riders, Winchester model 1897. Battle of Bull Run, 1859 Springfield musket. This musket was used at the Battle of Bull Run, and the engraving on the side reads, "Captured from Union Army at Bull Run by C.A. Bob Cole, M3rd January 17th. Bob English. Special order first model 1873 lever action rifle.
In the lawless West,
Kit Carlson inscribed rifle receiver. It says Kit Carlson on there. One-of-a-kind oval photographic image dating from 1840 to 1880 showing an older woman with a time period hat. Bob Dalton Donner Party wagon wheel hubs. Wow. That is a horrible story that happened to those folks. Got a gambler's Derringer pistol. There's one of the Dalton signatures right there.
Cowboys did not own land or a permanent residence.
And there's the Dalton gang after they were killed.
The cattle drives lasted.
Billy Clanton shot 1881 during gunfight at OK Corral. Is that like the original? No, I don't think that is. We've been to Boot Hill Cemetery in Tombstone, Arizona. I don't think that's the original. I mean, it doesn't say anything, but I don't think that's the original gravestone. Maybe it is. I don't know. There's nothing that says anything here that it is. George Armstrong Custer buckskin jacket. Right there, folks. And his ammunition trunk as well. George Custer. Custer's last fight.
Leaving the entirety of the West under the control of the United States government. The Wild West, a captivating guide.
More stuff here. 1896 Cavalry Tunic, 32nd Infantry. This was worn by William Yates, a soldier stationed at Camp Goodwin in the Arizona Territory during the Apache Wars.
They're still available. All links are in the description. If you enjoy
William Yates was the brother to George Yates, who fought and died beside Custer at the Battle of Big Little Horn. This is John Wayne's Toga saddle. It was made in 1941 for John Wayne by the Bentley and Gafford Saddle Company in Oklahoma City. These particular saddles are all handmade by American Indians. The saddle originally came from the Wayne Ranch southwest of the town of Stanfield, Arizona.
the expansive land between the Rocky Mountains.
Jesse James robbed this very bank teller stand in New Hope, Kentucky. Wow, this complete teller's cage and bank was once robbed by Jesse James' gang. It was recently removed from the only existing bank in New Hope, Kentucky. Wow.
As the seasons change.
Look at
But some
that.
in the Pacific Northwest made permanent settlements due to the abundance of reliable food sources. All this sounds quite different.
Amazing. Abe Lincoln standing outside of one-room log cabin in 1830 after his family moved to Illinois. Having trouble with my mouth today. Winchester model 1866 lever action musket used at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Look at that. Marlin model 1881 lever action rifle. Here's some buckskin hide suits.
The tribe saw the pioneers camping in an area that was not suitable for the season.
This rifle was once owned by famed Sioux warrior Crazy Horse and was also once owned by Eli S. Ricker, who had correspondence with Richard E. Barringer in the 1900s from the United States Department of the Interior Office of Indian Affairs in Washington, D.C., who said the rifle was gifted to General Crook from Native American Touch the Clouds, who received it from Worm, Crazy Horse's father. There's Sitting Bull's autograph from Buffalo Cody's Wild West show dated 1884. And it was found on the Iowa side of the Big Sioux River, up to 5,000 years old. That right there.
But there were also tribes that lived in permanent settlements.
That's up to 250 years old.
The Mayans were determined to witness the European society.
Then we have Sacagawea. Sacagawea was a Lemhi Shoshone woman who, in her teens, helped the Lewis and Clark expedition in achieving their chartered mission objectives by exploring the Louisiana Territory. Here's a side view of Lincoln's log cabin.
flowing sound and bumps. What are these sound houses?
Oh, nice stagecoach. The stagecoach. Oh, Clavstad? Look at that. It's an 1865 Abbott Downing stagecoach. Here's the Long Branch Saloon. What do we got in here? That outfit straight ahead there was worn by Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke. And there's his hat. And boots. And a couple of plaques and acknowledgments for him as well. There's a piano used on the TV series Gunsmoke as well. That chair right there was used by Milburn Stone, Doc Adams in Gunsmoke. There he is. Did you know that James Arness attended Beloit College from 1942 to 1943? I did not know that. Oh, here we go with more Buffalo Bill Cody. And there's a very rare beaded deerskin jacket belonging to Buffalo Bill Cody, dated October 20th, 1894. There's a trunk dated 1885. Wyatt Earp's saddle. And there's a vest from Wyatt Earp. Wow, some letters. 3-page letter from Josephine Earp right there. And even a very small gun. That was Wyatt Earp's. Jesse James. They have his revolver here. Frank James revolver. The home of Jesse James. Spurs of Jesse James. He was an outlaw, bank, and train robber, guerrilla, and leader of the James Younger Gang. He was raised in the Little Dixie area of western Missouri. He passed away in 1882. There's wallpaper pieces from the room in which he was killed. Wood from the framed coffee bean tree under which he is buried, or was buried. And a piece of wooden siding from his last home. He was shot and killed by Bob Ford on April 3rd, 1882. 1886 Yellowstone stagecoach. Lancaster to Philadelphia, 1798, 6 days. You see inside? Here's the marshal's office. These jailhouse bars are from the Lafayette County Jail in Darlington, Wisconsin. The jail was originally located in the courthouse basement. Black and white prisoner uniform during the 19th and early 20th centuries. It says that this style originated in the Auburn prison system in New York in the 1820s. I'm just amazed at this place. I mean, we're not even 10% into it, and there's just so much. Weapons of the Old West. 12-gauge shotgun. Oy, look at that chair. Make it as comfortable as possible when you're yanking out your teeth. Look at all that stuff there. John Henry Doc Holliday. I don't know if that's his actual you have sheriff's badge? I don't know. Or marshal badge? Can't read the writing. Got a stogie in the ashtray. Oh, I can just imagine having your teeth pulled back then. Those potatoes look lovely. What do we got on the shelf here? Gold dust. Silver dust. I just heard the Metallica intro. Ecstasy of Gold. somewhere. I love that old lantern there. And you got planters. You got Borden's sweetened chocolate flavored malted milk. Morton's salt. All those coffees. Baby rattlers. Caution, do not attempt to feed. Oh, I'm not a big fan of snakes, but you know what? I'll go check it out. Let's go see. Oh boy, baby rattlers. Take your time. Be patient, Yogi. Be patient. Baby rattlers. Oh, are you kidding? Baby rattlers. Oh man. Rare antique Confederate saddle from 1860. Another old, I don't even know, would you call this a stagecoach or a hay wagon or livery stable? Open door and say hi to Pappy. Don't mind if I do. Pappy, are you in there? Pappy.
This place is kind of busy in here. I'm kind of sitting and thinking. I think that's what it is. But I'm also having a little trouble here with my paperwork. And no, you can't borrow the catalog. I need it for a while. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, if you don't mind, if you keep the door closed.
Oh, absolutely, Pappy.
Sure, lots of flies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Pappy. Sorry, Pappy. Finish your job. Sorry. So back here at the end, we have Boot Hill Graveyard. Been to Boot Hill Graveyard. I mentioned that earlier. Tombstone. Visited Tombstone back before my channel started. Very cool place. Very touristy, but very neat. Lots of history there. Please do not touch. Hearse built around 1860. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Amazingly creepy. Got a little casket inside there. Wow. That's going to do it for this episode from the Historic Auto Attractions Museum in Roscoe, Illinois. Stay tuned for part 2. I believe it's going to be as good, if not better, than part 1. Thank you for stopping by. Please like, share, subscribe, and consider becoming a member of this channel and supporting these adventures. Thank you very much. I'm Yogi from Roscoe, Illinois. Historic Auto Attractions. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I'm out of here.